know you heard me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
Larry fam, it's another edition of Larry, Lucci, G, and Shake. I'm your host, Larry K, here talking Dolphins with you once again after another loss, which I got to be honest with you, I had kind of resigned to the fact that, look, the Miami Dolphins are just not going to be good this year. I'm giving up hope. I don't really care. But then as soon as that game started, as soon as we looked competitive, as soon as Tyler Huntley came out there and looked like he could ball a little bit, as soon as that defense looked like it knew what it was doing, I got a little bit carried away. I got a little bit excited about that game, and I was fooled again, man. I was fooled again. Not only does Huntley go down with injury, but we once again have some questionable plays. We're doing fullback dives when we're driving right down the field with Wright and with HN and with Mostert running the ball. Mostert coughs up the ball. Just another sloppy showing by the Miami Dolphins, another questionable coaching showing by Mike McDaniel. And you're sitting there wondering, what the hell is this team going to do? Where the hell is this team going to get hope from? What can this team do to reinvigorate itself? And right on cue, Tua Tagovailoa is coming back this week, and the narrative has spun completely out of control. I told you this narrative was coming when he got hurt against Buffalo. I said, watch out, guys. The narrative's going to be that we need Tua to win. We need him, absolutely. The team is terrible without him. And sure enough, what's happening? We have Tua coming back this week. People are very excited. They are texting me. They're blowing up all my DMs saying, Tua's back, baby. Let's go. And they're hyped up. Now, this game against Arizona is at home. It's Arizona. I think we have a legitimate chance of winning this game. So I'm not going to poo-poo the fact that Tua's coming back and the fact that we have a chance at winning the game. But, suffice to say, this team still has plenty of problems. Tua, the latest news on him, he's not going to wear a Guardian cap. He doesn't feel like, his concussions merit extra protection in that way. He says he loves the game. He's got no thoughts of leaving the game. Apparently, reporting is out there that all of the specialists he talked to, none of them advised him that he has to retire from the game. That's what we're hearing out there. I think it's still a question mark because Tua is still susceptible to, concussions with hits that other players are able to take. And whether you think Tua is okay when he's playing or you think Tua is a huge difference maker, either way, you have to admit that the team is not as good when he's not on the field. So him not being available can be a real problem. And it's tough to see that Tua is, not going to wear the Guardian cap. He's going to come back business as usual, but you got to be excited anyway about it. I mean, what else do we have to do? We have to be excited about it. We have to get amped. We have to get pumped about it because we have nothing else going for us. You hear the train horn behind me. It's getting me excited. Tua's coming back. What are we going to do? And if he doesn't succeed, then you guys who are spinning that narrative, you're going to have some explaining to do. You're going to have to step up to the mat, and you're going to have to explain why, because Tua came back, the team still wasn't great. Here's one thing I have to say to you guys. I got people saying, well, this division sucks, right? This division sucks. And I see California King Finn is in the building. What's up, my brother? Listen, I got people telling me, well, this division sucks. This division's wide open. The Jets suck. The Patriots suck. We got a real chance here because the division is wide open. Nobody's really good in this division. Why wouldn't we have a chance? But I got news for you. Other teams are looking at us like that. Other teams and Tuacide's in the building, as always, right on cue. Bills don't suck. Michael K, Tuacide Hotline, coming here to rep the Bills, jump through tables, put on airs, do whatever he's got to do. We got the Bills fans in here. But the Jets are looking at us saying, I'm listening to Jets radio because I live in Jersey, and the Jets are over there saying, well, the Miami Dolphins, that's 2 wins. So, think about how you look at like the Jets because of their record, and just keep in mind that that's how the Jets look at us. Like, we are not playing great right now. We are not a great team, and Tua coming back does not necessarily ameliorate all our issues and just put us back on the map immediately. That being said, we're going to look better with Tua. At least we get to see this team with the actual quarterback who it was designed for. At least we get to see this team with the personnel that the team thought it was going to put on the field. And so it's something to be excited about. It's a little bit better than what we've been dealing with this year. And, if anything else, it'll be interesting. So, tough loss to the Colts. I know Shake was in the building. He'll talk about it. Just another failure kind of all around. The Colts are not very good. And the fact that Flacco was sitting and they didn't even have him because they put Richardson back in there and he's not really doing too great, but they're still able to find a way to beat us is disheartening. The injury was disheartening because then you got to roll with Boyle, and that's tough to do no matter how you slice it. But at the end of the day, you got your starting quarterback coming back. You got a winnable game against the Cardinals, and then you got another tough game. You got another tough game. You got to travel to Buffalo and take on the Bills, and the Bills have owned the Dolphins, and the Bills have owned Tua for a very long time. So are you confident or not? I think it's a difficult situation. And if Tua comes back and lights up Arizona, we're going to hear all the talk and all the hype about how great it is and how we're back and how the Dolphins are really, going to shock the world now and get on the right track because all they were missing was their starting quarterback. But if we go up to Buffalo and lay an egg, or we go up to Buffalo and get put in our place again, all those vibes are going to go out the window. So Tua and this team and this coaching staff and this regime now has a very unique opportunity. They have a unique opportunity to take advantage of momentum, change it up, save the season, and make it respectable. If they can't win the next 2 games, and then after that, they're at the Rams. I think they can win that game. The Raiders travel to us. I think we can win that game. Patriots travel to Miami. That's a winnable game. Then you got the Jets. Jets and us looks like a toss-up right now, but that's a winnable game based on how the Jets have played. You can run right through their defense. Some of our strengths are running the ball, and you can run right through that defense. You're at the Packers. I think that's going to be a tough game for us. Jets, again, a toss-up game. Anyway, at the end of the day, and the Jets are the last game of the season, so I think I kind of scrolled wrong there with the Jets. But there's winnable games here before things get hard again. And it's up to the Dolphins to take advantage of the fact that their starting quarterback is going to be back. And take advantage of the fact that the schedule leaves some room for victories. And take advantage of the fact that you have another crack at the Bills. Tua gets back. He has a winnable game at home. And then he gets a chance at retribution against Buffalo. Now, do I predict that he's going to do much to Buffalo and he's going to, redeem himself totally and all of a sudden beat Buffalo in Buffalo? No, I'm not necessarily predicting that, but the chance is there for him to do it. If he can do something like that, it redeems him in a lot of ways. So I think there's a legitimate opportunity for the Dolphins here. How far it goes, I'm really not sure. I'm not optimistic given what I saw. This narrative that we need Tua, this narrative that the reason we're struggling is because Tua's been off the field. I told you it was going to be a runaway narrative. It is a runaway narrative. The narrative that it's all McDaniel's fault. I don't think McDaniel's a very good coach. I don't think he's done a very good job aside from the initial rollout of the offense with Tua last year. I think the shine is off of that now. I really don't. And you're saying there's a chance, Michael K. You're saying there's a chance. And Raph, what up, my dude? Make sure you guys hit that like button, by the way, if you're in here for the first time, the third time, the fifth time, and you still haven't clicked subscribe, click that subscribe button. It's right here. We're trying to get up to 3,000 subscribers. Just click subscribe if you're in here. You can join, become a Fury Fam member. We have a written column that's available only to members, and we're also working on some other things to do behind the scenes for you guys. My man Shake, who's always got ideas. We're looking to add more content from members. Become a member, support Fury Fam, and become official. And you also get your comments highlighted regularly, shout outs, things like that. As you can see, Michael K is a member, and he's up here getting his comments up right away as soon as he comes in. So click subscribe, become a member, help us out. Cap for Life is in the building. What's up, my brother? As I was saying, it's a turning point for the team. Can they capitalize? You have a get-right game at home against the Cardinals. You better win that game. It's winnable. And then you travel up to the Bills. Am I confident in it? No. But is it an opportunity? Yes. Tua's got to put his money where his mouth is and go out and do something. And this narrative and all these people spinning this narrative, you better hope that Tua puts his money where his mouth is, because you just spent a month trying to act like what I said after the Buffalo game, that this narrative was going to take hold, and acting like what I said about the fact that you were going to start spinning narratives and pretending that Tua was the only reason we had a chance at winning. You better hope he comes back and lights it up, because if he comes back and has a performance like he did against Buffalo with the pick 6 and the 3 interceptions and all that craziness, I don't want to hear any excuses about the offensive line. I don't want to hear any excuses about the injuries. I don't want to hear any excuses, because you told me that's the missing link. That's the missing ingredient that stirs the sauce. Well, he's got a chance now. He's got an opportunity. And I want to see him capitalize on that opportunity. As a Dolphins fan, one thing you people consistently miss about us who are critical of Tua is we want Tua to succeed. We want him to be great. We want him to be everything that you say he is and can be, because we are Dolphins fans. So we want him to do that. We want to be proven wrong because we want to win. We're sick of losing. We're sick of mediocrity. We want Tua to ascend. We want Tua to rise above the nonsense and be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game, because we are Miami Dolphins fans. Another official member, Adam, one of the OG members, one of the dudes I met at the tailgate down in Miami last year. What up, my brother? How are you doing? Join and become a member. But look, we want him to be good. He just hasn't been good. That's just the fact of the matter. So he's coming back, and yet another chance is before them. Another chance. And Dolphin Don says, yeah, even a performance like Jacksonville. Real talk, man. Jacksonville was not a good performance. Jacksonville, we barely won because Holland punched the ball out as somebody was going into the end zone. And Jacksonville's terrible. The only team they really dominated was the Patriots, who's our other win, who's worse than them. So all the nonsense ends. I'm excited for it to end. No more speculation. No more talking about what if Tua was here. Imagine if Tua was back. Is he going to come back? No more of the nonsense. He's back. It's time to put up or shut up. And it's time for all the narrative spinners to do the same. You're hyped, you're excited. Well, you better put your money where your mouth is. If your boy doesn't show out the next 3-4 weeks, that's on you. You're getting called out. We're not playing games anymore. We're not. And with that, I'm bringing up the guys. Hit subscribe, hit like. Let's get some support for this channel going. It's been growing. All the new subscribers, welcome. Let's keep this channel going. There's a lot of content, and the happy hour hits you every Thursday too. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Click subscribe, click the like button, hit me. Let's go. Let's roll. Jake, Lucci, and G, how the hell are you doing today? And Shake, my man, you know how we got to do it, bro.
Morning, Your Majesty. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
Hey, I like Carlos. Carlos said make JD Vance the new interim head coach. I'd go for that.
He would at least be more eloquent in his press conference than Mike McDaniel. I know that for a fact. For a fact, bro. He could explain it better than him.
That's right.
Way better. Come on, dude. Shake, it's a beautiful day in Zamunda, but was it a beautiful day in Indianapolis, sir?
Oh yeah, it was wonderful, man. Weather was
nice
great.
weather.
Yeah, great weather.
That was awesome.
It was crazy. It was like during the day it was like 50 degrees, but it felt like it was in the 70s, and it really didn't feel that cold like it does in Florida. If Florida's in the 50s, you really feel it, but up where I was at, you really didn't feel the 50s. Like
That's right, cold. We got the humidity cold.
Yeah.
The moisture makes it colder.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit of a different
How was
cold.
the atmosphere? Did you tailgate, Shake?
Yeah. We tailgate. They have like it was in the middle of downtown, so there was like this the across the street. There was like this spot that looked like crack deals take place. There was a tailgate there. There was a tailgate in a couple of restaurants and bars nearby. So I went to one of these bars. I think it's called South Pole or South something, whatever it was. And when I went up, I saw the Big O was there, and it was a nice Sports 305, babe. I have pictures. I'll bring up during happy hour.
Cool, bro.
But I do have some pictures. I have a couple of pictures that I could show up real quick.
Raph says that's my favorite areas.
That's crazy, bro.
So yeah, man, this is me when I went to the airport.
There you go. Look at that. They got them at the airport, huh?
Yeah, and then this was down in front of the stadium. I got my custom Shake Money jersey on.
That's pretty nice, bro. This jersey and the stadium looks nice.
Yeah. Man, it was nice, man. I got to see they had the one they have two like if you look at see how they have see how that on the other side they had the windows open.
Oh, that's
such a
cool.
nice day. And they let the fresh air in. You could see the Indiana Pacers arena.
That's cool. So when you're in there, is it totally closed or they have those windows open with air flowing through?
No, just one side is open, I guess.
Okay.
Because it was nice outside. I'm sure if it's raining or it's hot as hell, they close that window.
Interesting. So how was the overall game atmosphere? Like, are they allowed?
Oh man, they were loud. I mean, they did some really cool things as far as but it's pretty much the same standard as us. Make some noise and all that bull crap. It's another Indianapolis Colts first down.
Yeah.
And I would say there was about 30%, 25 to 30% Dolphin fans. I had like about where I was sitting, there was like Dolphin fans, like a few Dolphin fans behind me. There was a few Dolphin fans in the same row, and in the front of me, there was a few Dolphin fans. So there was Dolphin fans there.
Yeah, Dolphins travel, man. We got fans everywhere in the country, so that's pretty dope to hear, and that's dope to see. But aside from the game experience, Shake, let's tell us from your perspective what was the good, the bad, and the ugly from this game. And let me bro, I get thrown off because this is what the Dolphins do to me.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
All right. So the good is I made it through TSA without getting molested.
That's always good. And when you're looking at the Dolphins, you have to look for other things other than the field. So that's good.
Yeah. But unfortunately for Michael K, he likes that. He goes. As a matter of fact, he goes like 5 times to TSA. He goes through 5 times. He goes, "Hey, you've been here 5 times. Well, you just got to make sure."
He goes in acting mad suspicious, right? So he
Michael K's got jokes too, bro. Already.
Yes, trust me. That probably excited him. He's probably excited in his little Crocs right now. Anyway, but then again, whatchamacallit, you got that picture of El Capitan to fix your eyes. You know what I'm saying? He's got like a shrine of El Capitan in his basement. Anyway, okay, the bad. It's time for the bad now. The bad is we had so many penalties.
Yep.
And the fact that our offense was still inept. You know what I mean? We were up 10 points and we blew that lead, in the first half.
Yeah. Speaking of the
and the ugly, man, we lost to one of the worst quarterbacks out there playing and
He's
freaking
bad, bro.
Yeah. And don't forget they got video of I know it was when we had the lead, but everybody was joking and laughing on that sidelines yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that too. And it did bother me. That's becoming a theme with this team.
That's the ugly right there.
It's bad.
Yeah.
The fact that they don't care, that is ugly. It's ugly to see those guys just jovial, enjoying life and all that while you're blowing a game that you really should probably win, especially the way the game was going. And I'm just tired of the lackadaisical nature of this organization, which I think permeates from the head coach and his lackadaisical nature. Now, I will say, if you saw the press conference, it seemed like he was kind of and I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to Color and El Cap on the Fins tailgate after the game, and they were talking about this. And El Cap and Color pointed out that did it seem like McDaniel was basically admitting that the receivers sometimes take plays off? Because he was like, well, sometimes, they have admitted to me, that they, in this point in their career, they don't do this or that, but they were honestly trying this game. Like, that sounds to me like they admitted that they sometimes don't try as hard. And then he said that no matter how many times you correct something or tell somebody they have to do something, if they continue not to do it, you have to correct that, and there's accountability involved. So am I hearing Mike McDaniel start to actually admit that these dudes don't give it their all the time, and somebody's going to be need to be held accountable because there's not a lot of accountability on this team? That's his fault, by the way. But did I sense a little bit of that? I think I did. Just a thought. Just a thought. You have meme shake, by the way, because
wait, one more ugly. Tim Boyle stole my parlay on Sunday. That
man,
out of bounds on the last play. That clown.
yes, he ruined Greg's parlay, which he outlined on his video. Which you guys better be watching. G's post game videos. They're legendary.
$1 to win like $40. I had the Seahawks. I had the Lions. I had the Bengals. The Eagles. They all won. But you know who lost? The Dolphins. I was feeling some magic. Of course, Tyler, we were up 10-0, and then they blew it like they always do. The Dolphins will always let you down.
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of my rants, one more quick point. I find it funny whenever I gotta stop swearing for Larry, and then I drop an F-bomb right after. It always gets me.
You're a nut. That's why. All right, Shay, give us the memes.
All right. Let's see. Apparently, being that,
Michael K. Team U Larry is crazy.
talking about
that comment deserves to be up on the damn. Larry.
What's wrong with him?
So,
he's crazy.
yeah, man. So being that McDaniel's on the hot seat, everybody says bring him home. So.
Who's that?
I'm with it. Bring Bill. Bring Bill on down.
That's one of the most awkward things I've ever seen. Is that picture? That was sick looking. Put that back up?
I'll take it. Bring him.
Oh man, look at that stance.
Bring Bill down. That's what we need, man.
You got to give him a dirty hoodie, man. That's too much of a clean ass, crisp.
That's a Tony Sperano shirt right there.
Yeah, that's a
Tony
classic.
Sperano. I always like the Sperano shirts, man.
Yeah,
those
bro.
were nice.
You know how to carry himself.
I want to get him up. He might go to the Raiders.
So you think he's gonna go to the Raiders? That's 1 year they're gonna fire him and put Belichick. I don't know.
Well, that's because of the Brady connection. That's the only reason I can think that.
Yeah, but that's interesting. I want to be interesting because Bill's gonna probably break Don Shula's record, and it's annoying because he's got to come back old as hell to a team just to do that. It's annoying. Like he should have done it with the Patriots, or don't do it at all. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got, Shake?
We have I figured out why I'm a Dolphin fan.
Yeah. It's a little bit of all of us, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love him anymore. I'm just a big fan, but I think I have a love-hate relationship with him by now.
Yeah, same.
I think I'm being held hostage by them.
Word.
Like they piss me off too much.
Yeah, I seen.
By the way, what are the Jets' color?
Green and white.
Well, apparently, there's a video surfacing of Aaron Rodgers looking for something else green.
Oh, I heard about that. Yes. Aaron, man. You done messed up, Aaron. Every time I got a thread in like a group text and a couple of guys are Jets fans, and every time he throws a pick to end the game the last couple weeks, I send that meme. You done messed up, Aaron. I did see that. He's eating boogers on the sideline, huh? That's a new low for the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Which is pretty hard to do. And now he's eating boogers on the sidelines. That's just that team, bro. You want to talk about underachieving? Like that, it's both of us are doing that, bro. And it's like, can we please beat them? Because they have now they're getting desperate. They fired a head coach. The owner stepped in and did it, which is contrary to what they're supposed to do. Then they traded for Devontae Adams. The owner stepped in and did that apparently. Then he stepped in and made the GM come to terms with Riddick, even though he didn't want to. So that whole team, bro, is just like the wheels are falling off. They're desperate, but they still have some talent on that team. So that's the thing to me. Phil, a Fury fan member, also in the building. Ayahuasca flavored boogers. We have hit a new low on this show. I mean,
you know what's crazy though? At least, I mean, I don't respect the Jets organization. Everybody on here knows by now that's my most hated team in the division, but I respect at least. I mean, you look at Sam Darnold; he's balling out. What's his name over there? Geno Smith is balling out. You look at everybody. You look at Zach Wilson's touchdowns to interceptions ratio. I mean, it's pretty much mirror image with old ass Aaron Rodgers right now. I mean, they're good for ruining people's careers. However, I respect the fact that that owner can say we have a window right now, and if we're not looking like we should be looking, I'm willing to make any kind of drastic change that needs to be made so we can do what we got to do while we have this talent before it completely implodes, because that's what'll happen.
Good point.
I mean, it's what's going to happen. People start to get, they lose interest. Yeah, it's what's happening with us right now. We're watching it. Mike McDaniels, he's saying that, I guess Larry, I don't know that. I just heard it from Larry. They said they take some plays off, or he kind of halfway admitted that maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
I've been saying the players look dejected. The guys that really, have put everything into the team. And I'm not mad at Tyreek Hill. Bro, he came, he talked all that stuff when he got over here, and everybody was laughing at him. And look what he did. And, and maybe they did kind of force the ball to him, but they did force it to him, and he made them catches. How else did he get 1,800 yards, 16, however many hundred yards? And it's come on, man. Now it's to the point where even Tyreek came saying, okay, Tua's to this, he's to that, and Mike McDaniel this to that. But now he's starting to see the truth of the matter, and he's starting to lose interest. Maybe, if we had a good owner, he'd do the same things. I'm sorry. I kind of respect
that's a good
that.
point. It's a good point.
I respect that as an owner, though. We have an opportunity now to where we could, and, step in and do something. We don't have a guy we do. I can't say we don't. We do. We had a guy willing to cheat to get what we needed. But I don't like how long he's taken to step in and put his foot down. It seems like nobody in our organization, as far as people that are up there, are worried about that guy they just put on the screen maybe we're going to lose our job if we don't tighten up. It's hard to be nervous looking at a guy like that, that he's going to step down on somebody. But I feel like if people felt like I'm about to lose my job if we don't do something, maybe something different would happen.
You're right. And it seems like the money in Miami.
By the way, this is the before. They have a before and after picture. Before the Monday night game, the Sunday night game was a Sunday night, and after the Sunday night game.
That's really what it boils down to. I was never worried. Anybody that watches knows I was never worried about Aaron Rodgers coming back from and people were saying this guy is old. He can't move. He just come off this terrible injury. He can't get around. I was hoping Joe Flacco started instead of Anthony Richardson this week because of that. Give me a guy that can't move around. I don't care if he can throw the ball 100. Well, I'll save it for when I'm up.
Yeah. But I think I wasn't worried either about Rodgers per se, but they've done even worse than I thought they would do. It's just interesting to see. And you go out and get Adams. I understand giving props, and I understand trying to do something, but it's still hapless for them. Firing the coach. The D isn't playing good anymore because they took the DC and made him the HC, and he can't do two jobs at once, which maybe Mike McDaniel should take some lessons on that, because the Jets are struggling because of that reason. They take a good defensive coordinator and they make it hard for him to run the defense because he's got to be the head coach now. Just questionable decisions all around, in my opinion. It'll be interesting to see how this division plays out. Will there only be one playoff team from this division? We will soon see. Shake,
and by the way, one last one, and us, we appreciate our members. So I decided, I wanted to get our members involved. So Michael K, our beloved member, I saw this meme, and this one's for you. There you go.
Hey,
salute to
real
you.
quick, let me catch this before it goes away. I can't see where it is. Let me just address this real quick. Oh, Raph, that's my guy, Raphael, too. Stephen Ross is nothing like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, because Mr. Burns lets heads roll, release the hounds. Mr. Burns was all about business, and he didn't give it. If you ain't doing your job, you're out of there. Where he's, so I mean, maybe he looked like him. I don't know if that's what you're saying, but as far as character, Mr. Burns was all about business and was willing to.
Mr. Burns was scheming like yes. He was like,
he was scheming, but that now, if you look at it like that, Mr. Stephen Ross is scheming like that too. But Mr. Burns wasn't allowing; he fired people on a dime. Yes. And Stephen Ross gives too many opportunities.
Everybody except for Homer Simpson, who's been there.
So I guess, yeah, right. And maybe that's what it is, because Mike McDaniels is a lot like Homer Simpson as far as being able to express his thoughts.
He allowed the most nuclear meltdowns.
Yeah, no, that's true. Now, now you know what? Now that you say all that, see, maybe he is like Mr. Burns as far as, but in that context, that he's like a Homer Simpson, Mike McDaniels is, anyways, where he'll let him get away with melting everything down. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you might be on point. 50-50. I'll give you one of these for that comment, my guy. That's what my grandfather used to tell me. Papa John told me you get one of these for that. You get one of them.
I like that. Right. I like that. All right. So who's up next? Is G? You had your rant. You got any more rant left before I cede the floor?
Yeah.
To his take.
More rants.
Why don't you tell them about the fact that you got these rants every week and give yourself a little promo?
Well,
by the way, real quick, I just want to say, Greg, that I like how you said, "Hey, man, listen, I'm tired of this bleep show. You know what? I'm not gonna curse," and then drop like 3 F-bombs right after that.
I hate myself, but sometimes I have little time. I don't want to re-record every time trying not to swear, so trying to get
but what's funny is, after he dropped the F-bomb, okay, all right, Larry, this is my last one, and then drop like 5 more right after that.
I mean, sometimes you gotta speak the heart. Sometimes
he can't control himself because the Dolphins piss him off.
That kind of reminds me of McDaniels when he said he's gonna run more. He's gonna run the ball more this year.
Yeah, Larry asked me to do it. I'm just trying to make you guys funny content, even though the Dolphins, make us all upset and angry. I'm just here to make you all get a good laugh, But yeah, man, this team is a disaster right now. We needed to win that game. Okay, I'm okay with. Oh yeah, the Celtics are playing. The Celtics are starting their campaign of back-to-back because I'm more excited about the Celtics season than this Dolphin season. The Dolphin season's over, in my opinion. You win the Cardinals. You beat the Cardinals by 70. You beat the Bills by 50 million. Cool. I'm not going to be satisfied. You make the playoff at this rate. To make me get on back on board, you got to win a playoff game. If they somehow win a playoff game, I'll be back on board. Till then, this team is a disaster. We got 2 games. We can go 2-1, which is not bad. Going into the trade deadline, we can go 2-1. It just sucks losing the Colts because that's an AFC team, and we're not going to beat the Bills. Unfortunately, we're not winning this division, in my opinion, yet. Maybe 5 weeks down the line, I'll get back on the hopium and the Lucky Charms and all that good stuff. But you needed to beat the Colts. We were up. I don't know how we butchered that. Meanwhile, we're laughing on Jason Sanders. I'm starting to really hate this guy. Every single time he comes out to take the lead, Jacksonville, we had a chance to take the lead. What does he do? He misses it. Game-tying field goal against Colts. He misses it. Plenty of times game-tying, game-winning to take the lead. He misses it to put us behind. If we made that field goal, Jason, then we would have maybe gone down and got a field goal and played for overtime. It just sucks losing the Colts. I'd rather lose to the Cardinals than the Colts, AFC opponent. That's why, I'm still on the train. I want to tank, yes, but we got 2 games before the trade deadline. If we win both, then cool. We stay on path and we stay on path here and continue our track. If we lose to the Cardinals, or even the Bills, you got to blow it up. It's time to restart. You got to restart. I don't know how you do it, but, Christopher McGee,
Yeah,
they
Sanders
got to
has been
go. I'm sick of these
so
clowns.
I got you, bro.
Christopher, I actually believed in Christopher when we started that tank job in 2019, because Chris Greer finally had some control in that organization, because he's been in the closet basically because of Mike Tannenbaum, Adam Gase, all these other clowns. And Christopher Greer magically comes out of the closet. Ross gives him the power. And I really believed in Christopher. We were doing really good things with him and Flores. It seems like once Flores left, that Christopher's been a madman. He's been doing stupid decisions. It's a complete clown show, and I want to win. I'm sick of the losing. I'm sick of the mediocrity. But we got people out here saying, "Oh, the Savior's coming back. He's going to save the season." What is he saving? He's not going to save us anything. If he's doing anything, it's ruining our draft pick to get a new quarterback. I don't believe in Tua no more. I'm sorry. I can't believe in him. He keeps getting hurt consistently. He's missing big-time games. He's losing the big-time games. I'm sick of this clown. Get him out.
No, I hear you. And with segueing into that, let's go to Lucci, because I think he has
one more thing, Larry. Someone pointed out on Twitter, if you think Tua's going to come back and not and somehow stay healthy, I don't think he stay. Look at the offensive line. Yep, the offensive line's atrocious. They've got Skylar Thompson killed. They got Tyler Huntley, Tim Doyle. All of them got hurt. I think this O-line's going to get this guy killed. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bad guy. I think he's going to die because of this O-line. This O-line sucks. But I'm more worried about the O-line. I'm sorry, Christopher. I'll keep my mouth shut. You're welcome.
Hey, by the way, real quick, what do you guys think of? It's funny is when the Yankees secured the AL spot, whatever. I thought to myself, either way, no matter what NL team wins, there's going to be a Subway Series. The original Subway, so right now, this is the original Subway Series.
Yes, the
A
Brooklyn
lot of
Dodgers.
people don't remember that. The Dodgers were in Brooklyn.
Yes.
So this is so I think this is awesome. This is kind of like a throwback.
Yeah, yes. I'm not watching until the clinching games because I have no interest. I hate both teams. So, but apparently if you don't like baseball, if you like baseball, you'll watch. If you don't, I mean, here's my thing with baseball. You got teams that are poor, basically, or their owners don't do jack with the money they have. The Cleveland Guardians owner, fourth highest owner in baseball, doesn't spend money. You got these teams down here like the Marlins. They get all this talent and then they trade it away to the big teams. I'm sorry. I'm on board salary cap in baseball. I don't care if I'm alone on this. And people want to say, well, the owners won't spend money. That's exactly why they need a salary cap. I'm sick and tired of these teams having no faith going into their season. Why is NFL, basketball, and NHL so exciting? Every single year, you got these new teams. Every single team's got new hope. Baseball, I can name 10 teams right now that have no hope going into next season.
Yes. All right, I get that. But let's give Lucci the floor now, because he's back to your Tua point, too. I think Lucci was – what's your outlook, bro, after everything that happened last week, over the bye, and then upcoming week? What's your take on the situation, bro? The people want to know.
I just feel like hopefully, listen, I hope Tua comes in and reverts back to his form that he was in early last season and early in the season before, because it's still around that time. Everybody that's in this chat or that's on this panel knows my feelings about Tua, man. So I'm not gonna do a Tua bashing session, but I'll say this: normally, we're in. What are we going into week 7? Right?
Seventh game for us, right?
We're 3 and 4. We're 3 and 4, so we're week 8. So this is about the halfway point. Normally, this is where teams start to make adjustments, and this is where normally we start to falter, and
yes,
seasons prior to. We normally shine right now. We're doing fantastic. Well, since McDaniels has been here anyways. It was the opposite when Flores was here, but still, that just proves my point. We're at the halfway point almost. What do they got? 17 instead of 16 now. We're still at the halfway point. Normally, this is where they have film that hey, sorry, the dog is I got 2 kids. It's like having 2 kids. With
Yeah,
the dog.
I know.
What are you gonna do? So, anyways, this is normally where teams come up with a game plan, and good teams, they switch their game plan, they adjust accordingly and move forward accordingly. And teams that don't, I ain't gonna say good teams with good head coaches, anyways. And this is where teams go downhill. Normally, this is where we would go downhill. We'd be shining up to this point, and then we would go down after this. I'm looking at it, because I'm a true Dolphins fan. I don't care what anybody says, man. People say, I hate on Tua. I want to see us fail, whatever.
Nonsense.
I'm grasping for straws. So this is my, be it delusional or whatever, this is my hope for what happens. Tua hasn't been here the majority of this first half of the season. I mean, the first 2 games he was, and we were mediocre at best. I mean, less than in the start of the Buffalo game where we got hurt, whatever. Hopefully that gives us something to look forward to when he comes back. Now we do what we normally do in the first half of the season and the second half of the season. And because there's no tape on him.
Right.
My only thing is I don't feel like Mike McDaniels has a game plan to really change up anything. I feel like Tua's his abilities are kind of limited, man. His strengths, let me say, are kind of limited. And he is what he is at this point. Because if he was able to shift his game and change his game to elevate, then we would have done that the past couple of seasons, when the repeating story is that he falters in this time. So, but we'll see. Maybe now it'll be different. We're used to winning early in the season. This is the moral of the story. We're used to winning early in the season and faltering in the second half since Mike McDaniels has been here. Hopefully now we lost a lot in the early part, and maybe now we crush stuff in the second half of the season. I mean, that's what we're hoping for.
Agreed.
And Tua to stay healthy.
Yeah, me too. Cocaine, a hell of a drug.
Greg, what is that? Is that a nutty buddy? What do you call that thing now?
I got an ice cream cone. It's a store brand
on top.
What's that?
We got a drumstick.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the little chocolate on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yes. I had the chocolate, and then they got the ice cream, and they get the cone. It's the store branded ice cream.
Yeah, but it's a straw band drumstick, is what it is in our day.
Drumstick.
Dude, I remember. I have a story real quick. I remember I was in Jupiter, Florida, right?
Yep.
And I was enjoying me one of those drumsticks, and they had the little chocolate on the bottom. And I was right about I was about to get to the good part when I seen 2 raccoons to the left of me, one to the right of me. And I turned around, a raccoon hijacked me for my ice cream, man.
What? With his front paws or his back paws?
He was on his front paws. He walked right up to me and snatched the cone from my hand.
Oh man!
And hard ass. And then the park ranger, like, hey, I told you, hey, don't feed these animals. I said, bitch, he stole my damn ice cream. I ain't feed. I'm like, oh no, I ain't feeding nothing. She took me.
Crazy.
He took my ice cream. Damn it!
Bro,
I got yelled at because he jacked me for my ice cream, dog.
Bro, that's crazy.
Man,
these raccoons out here are crazy, bro.
They're wilding. Whoever my guy is with the Geico thing, yo.
God.
My God.
Yeah, but anyways, hopefully.
I think so, Michael K. I don't
Never
know.
heard
It
of
sounds
Blue Long
vaguely
Island,
familiar, but
Charlie.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Tank for Shindura. Tank. People are like,
Larry, did you hear about that? Apparently,
I don't know about all this Tank. I don't, I mean, I don't ever want to admit that lose for,
Here's the thing: if you do tank, right, and we keep this regime, right?
Oh yeah,
we're probably gonna whiff on the pick anyway. So what difference does it make?
So hold on, let me say this before I forget, because you guys know by this time, I always have a couple of drinks when I'm doing the show because really I'm not really so that kind of loosens me up. So let me say this before I forget. One thing I noticed, if you watch the game, Shake, you were there, so you didn't hear this, but I was watching the game, and they said this, and I've said this before, but the guys were talking about this, whoever was whatever the game, calling the game. They were talking about Indianapolis and how Anthony Richardson, whoever their head coach is in Indianapolis, they asked him, excuse me, how much of a game plan do you have to change when you put in Anthony Richardson or when you put in Joe Flacco? And the head coach said, but I don't really have to change anything. I mean, both of these guys got rockets for arms. They could throw the ball down the field. They have a very similar game plan, or not game plan, but strengths as far as their quarterback strengths are very similar. Just Anthony Richardson, when it comes to the running game, because Anthony Richardson can move around, I mean, obviously that changes things a little and it strengthens that. But other than that, we don't have to change much of anything because they have similar skill sets. They both have super strong arms and, they can get the ball down the field. We don't really have to change much. And I've been saying this forever. When Tua goes out, who do we have? I don't think Tua's great, but Tua is very good. And I'll say he's great. He's fantastic at these timing passes.
Yes.
Like he's really good at he has a certain skill set. Like Liam Neeson said, I have a certain skill set that I'm able to do. Tua really does have a certain skill set that he's fantastic at. Now, once defenses take away that skill set, Tua becomes average, even below average of a quarterback. Who can you get as a backup quarterback that you can get in so you don't have to have a whole different playbook set up for these guys in order to succeed like Tua does with the game plan that they have set up for Tua? Because that Mike McDaniel's entire playbook is set up for Tua's skill set specifically. That's why he was able to come in and make him look good initially. But then after the second half of the season, like I said, once defensive coordinators get to figure out, okay, this is how we stop that stuff. Okay, now he looks mediocre the second half of the season. And anybody watching this or anybody who watches all the games, you know what I'm saying is the truth. That second half of the season is when you determine who can make adjustments and who can't. Mike McDaniels can't make adjustments because that's all he's got with Tua is this certain skill set that he's really good at.
Yes.
So when we got these backup quarterbacks, be it Tim Boyle, who I mean, listen, I seen a thing on Facebook where his stats from college
going through one touchdown.
Yo, how did he
I don't know how he's
get
in the
into
league.
the NFL? Is beyond me.
The Jets. I don't know how he's in the league. I really don't.
If you watch those, like, how did he even get in the league? I don't know. So I'll leave him out of it. But when you get a guy like Huntley who can move around, maybe you do a couple of design, like they did a couple of plays in Indianapolis where Anthony Richardson had a couple of, design quarterback runs. Why don't you take advantage of this guy's, Mike McGenius? Why don't you design some plays that can get this guy where he can, get in there and you can really like focus in on his skill set? Mike McDaniel's supposed to be a genius. There's no design for a backup quarterback, which to me, there's no contingent plan, which is crazy to me because Tua is injury prone. Why wouldn't you have something set up on the side for your backup quarterback? You've had Skylar Thompson over there for how many years? So why wouldn't you, Mike McDaniel, you're getting paid all this money, you just got an extension. Why wouldn't you be focused in on what his strengths are?
Right.
So that way you could design some plays, okay, because we know we can expect Tua to get hurt. So let me draw up a whole different play design for Skylar Thompson.
No,
this is what he's good at.
Another indictment of this team.
And Skylar Thompson's familiar with Tyreek. He's familiar with Jalen Waddle and everybody else over there. So why wouldn't you have something designed for him? There's not. You see these guys come in there and try to make them do what Tua is really good at, which Tua is really good at. I'm not denying that. But these other people aren't. So it's like when I heard Indy, they said that about Indy. I'm like, see, even the Why can't you get that? Or you look for somebody who can be good at that and get them as a backup. It's just wild to me. The whole thing is just a crash dummy mission, and it's just, it's beyond me. I don't understand.
This is why I want this clown gone. He can only do it with Tua. He can't do it. So when Tua goes down, that's our season.
That's it. It's over.
It's over.
There's no contingency plan for if Tua goes out. And I mean, he come in injured. We drafted him off of a catastrophic hip injury. Like, yo, it's not even like this isn't something that we should be preparing for. There's no preparation for it. And I just don't understand how, as a head coach, people still could believe in this guy.
I agree. Fred.
What's up, Larry? What's up, Larry?
What's good, bro? What's going on?
Hey, let me tell you, Larry, man, first again, man, let me give a shout out. Let me give a shout out to the best man in the business, Larry K. Got shake money up here. Greg, Lucci, Hey, Larry, can I give my take on my good, bad, and the ugly, bro?
Yes, sir.
Real
Go
quick.
ahead. Floor is
We
yours.
see, okay, my good. First of all, my good running game was good. It was effective. My bad, penalties, of course. And the ugly, like, once again, man, like the last 3-4 weeks, a total of 3 receptions by these wide receivers, man. That's real ugly, man. It makes me, I see the attitude with these wide receivers is like, these guys aren't going to give an effort. Man, it seems like they're holding back till Tua comes back, if you ask me. You know what I mean? That's just my personal thought on that right there.
Did you hear McDaniel?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think the defenses are just shutting you down like that, man. We're talking about 3 receptions by a wide receiver, whole games going back 3 games ago. I don't think that's defenses doing totally that. I don't think these guys are just aren't giving their 100, man, for these backup quarterbacks, man. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to run the risk of getting hurt, or I don't know what it is. I just can't understand it, man.
I think it's just a lack of accountability. And I don't know if you heard McDaniel kind of hint at the fact that they had admitted to him before. He didn't really say it, but they admitted, but he was sure they were trying this time. Like, it makes me believe they do take.
That's another thing.
Accountability.
That's another thing, Larry, with this coach, this offensive coordinator, this play caller, and you got one guy doing all that.
Yeah.
Now, if you can pick one, if you could pick one, man, to have him suck in, which one would it be for you, Larry? Would you rather have him suck at coaching, McDaniel? Would you rather have him suck at coaching? Would you rather have him suck at play calling? Or would you have him suck at just being overall offensive coordinator?
Bro, it's hard decision because he seems to suck at both of them right now. I'd rather him suck at coaching and be a better play caller, but he doesn't seem to be doing it.
If it's me, Larry, I'd rather have him suck at coaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, if you're a bad coach, a good coach, you put a good offense out there and your play calling is adequate, you're still going to be okay in games.
Yeah,
I want to give a quick shout out to I Am a Bob. I know him personally. So what's up?
I am a Bob. What's good? I am a Larry. We are talking Dolphins football. We are talking the fact that Mike McDaniel has struggled as a play caller and a head coach. And if he could just nail one of those 2 trades down, we might be better off. Either get these guys, motivate them and get them held accountable, or be a great play caller and let them run amok, but at least call the right plays. Right now, he's not doing anything properly, in my opinion.
Hey, Larry, I just want to say this real quick. Hey, Alex Renee Diaz, where you at? Where are you at? We're kicking your ass. You said this team could beat our Celtics. You bum. We're up 20 on them. Get out of here with that nonsense. All playoffs. You were saying the Celtics had the easiest path. The Knicks would beat us. Where are you at? We up 20. Sorry, Larry. Continue.
All right, Mountie, what's good, bro? It's been a while.
Larry. I need to see Tua come back, bro. And for the simple fact that
feeling about it, bro.
I want to see, just for the simple fact, man, I want to see how the receivers react to it, man. You know what I mean, Larry?
Yes, I do.
Like, like if you tell them, if I'm all of a sudden seeing Tyreek with 8 or 9 catches, Waddle with 11, now I have a problem with that. All of a sudden you're getting these targets and catches. That's going to tell me, man, that you didn't even play for your backup quarterbacks. You know what I mean, Larry? But that's just me,
Yes,
bro.
I do. Yeah. I'm curious about the whole situation with Tua coming back. I really am. Mountie, what are you thinking?
Hey, what's going on, gents? How y'all doing?
What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Hey, look, we started off pretty good. Mike McDaniel he did just the opposite because he somewhat had to. He didn't have his starting quarterback, so I guess he mounts a ground attack, and we were averaging what 5-6 yards. We were
running well, bro.
We're thrashing him on the ground.
Yes.
Okay, he's doing that because he doesn't have Tua. So now he doesn't have Tua. We're thrashing him on the ground, but then you don't. Now they're giving up the run. They're giving it up.
Yes.
So why don't you make adjustments to shorten your route? See, this is one thing I think about the way he thinks, and because we have such a explosive and quick strike offense, he plans to put the ball in the end zone in 4 or 5 plays or something like that. Whereas, just like New England used to do for years with Tom Brady, dink and dunk, 10, 12, 13 plays down and march on down the field and get the end zone.
Always.
Sometimes McDaniel has to learn patience.
Yes.
It's not just trying to score in 3 plays.
You're right. I totally agree. He got greedy with all those Tyreek big plays. You got to adjust and you got to be more meticulous with the way you do it.
They're not going to give
when
up.
You're running well.
They're not going to give up. Look. It's pretty much a concession at this point. They know we can go down the field on anybody, so they're not gonna give up anything deep. So you dink and you dunk and you run the ball. You dink and you dunk, and you put the ball in the end zone that way.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's about the W. It's not about the high flashy plays. I mean, yeah, you take them when you get them, but it is what it is.
No, good
point. It's a good point, Mountie. It's a good point, Mountie. Good point, bro.
Is this true what I'm looking at? Apparently 5 hours ago, these were rumors. The Vikings and Rams are in serious trade talks for Matthew Stafford. Is that true?
I heard that too. I don't know if it's true or not, but it would make some sense because that Darnold only goes so far, in my opinion, bro.
That's true.
Oh man.
He already started looking like against the Jets. He started showing some signs of like some problems, some cracks in the armor, and then this last week, I mean, he played a decent game. It was a great game, probably the best game of any game this week.
I wish I was watching that game.
Yeah, but he threw another pick, so it's like, I mean, Vikings are doing well, but they want to contend with Detroit, and I'm curious to see if that's legitimate or not, if that comes to fruition. If Stafford has in him, I mean,
wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, Larry. I think Darnold's doing an adequate job, man, in Minnesota. I mean, you suffered a loss, man. I mean, it wasn't a blowout or anything like that. You lose by a field goal, man. You know what I mean? Why would they even mess with that? Why even mess with that?
I don't know. I wonder.
I don't understand that. I don't understand.
Well, they only lost 1 game.
And by the way, can I introduce the next panelist?
Sure.
Yeah, man. This guy right here, he's my brother from another mother, my co-host on the Insomnia Show, and the reason I'm a diehard Devontae Parker fan because, hey, listen, he said, "Bring back Devontae Parker." I have him clipped. My main man, my brother from another mother, Mr. Crypto.
I don't know where that came from. That that Devontae Parker endorsement, but hey, it's neither here nor there.
Hey, Crypto,
I don't know where you hear that from.
Man. I'll say this, Crypto.
What's going on?
I'll say this, Crypto. Devontae Parker's not getting shut down for 3 weeks straight, bro. I know that.
You're right, because he'd be getting shut down for 17 weeks. You gotta agree with you.
No.
Crazy, man. crypto
Man,
was on
Shake
your
Money
mind,
is
man.
back in the Lions Den from Indy, man. I saw you on the screen, man. You didn't wave back at me. I'm disappointed, man. I was like, there goes Shake, man. You didn't wave back at me, Shake. I saw you there at Lucas Oil, man.
Yeah, damn, that's what's up. No, hey, listen, I was the only one with the 78 jersey, so
You was on my television screen, man. I'm like, wow, that's Shake Money right there.
uh-huh.
Hey, Larry,
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
is it my mistake, man, or maybe it's just me, man? But in the game, man, when it was a 3rd and 3, then McDaniel calls a deep sideline pass to Tua. Was it me, or did I see Anthony Weaver like go up to him and be like, "That's the call you come up with, bro"? It looks like that was the conversation he had with Mike McDaniel.
I could see it.
On
Because
that
Weaver,
play
by
right
the way,
there,
has done
man.
a good job.
Mike McDaniel.
You know,
What was that?
Weaver, he's done a good job, man. The defense
Yeah,
looks good to me.
yeah,
Like, I
man.
like the calls. I like them mixing it up.
Yeah.
They're on par. They're on point. I've been liking him, so I can see him saying something to McDaniel, just scratching his head like, what's going on? And, yeah, Parker's always injuring that hammy, Phil. We know that.
You know,
Yeah,
because I
he's
pay
in the ice
attention.
stuff right now, man.
I pay attention to little stuff like that, Larry.
Yeah, it's
Devontae
crazy.
Parker would have
I
hurt
think
hamstring, would
eventually
have put up.
the team's going to come apart, bro, because when the wheels start coming off like that and you have fissures between the coaches and the players and everything, that's when things start coming apart. So I can definitely see that.
Devontae Parker would have hurt hamstring, would have put up more yards on Sunday than Tyreek Hill and Jalen
Probably
Waddle.
true. I mean, those
You're right about that,
That's
boy.
probably true. I
It's
think
an
Huntley
indictment
would
of
at
the
least got
game
on the
plan
ball
and
on the
wideout.
sideline somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That's probably true. That part of it. Yeah. Huntley would have gotten a tall receiver the ball.
Yeah.
He can't throw the midgets, I guess.
No, he can't for some reason.
You notice the tallest guy on the field was catching all the passes.
Yes. Well,
And
one
you
thing
know,
I
Larry-
have a real issue with is how you're going to have two of the best receivers, Waddle, who could be a low tier 1, a high tier 2, Tyreek Hill, who's a high tier 1 receiver, and you can't find a way to get them the ball even without your starting quarterback. That's an indictment on the offensive play calling. That's an indictment on the coaching. That's an indictment on game planning. That's a real problem all around. You have to use the weapons you have when you don't have other weapons. And the fact that that goes back to what Lucci was saying earlier. The fact that you don't have any answers or any backup plan whatsoever in case Tua goes out, knowing that Tua is injury prone, is an indictment on the organization as a whole. It just is.
Larry, I need you to bring up charges on Mike McDaniel. Please.
Yes.
Is it thank you?
Yes.
Exactly. That's an indictment on him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you feel like Tua, and anybody this is what pisses me off more than anything. Anybody who feels like Tua Tagovailoa is so great that he's the only quarterback that can get Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill the ball, you are delusional.
Yes.
They are mental.
I'm sorry. Anybody who says, see, I told you, if it's so easy, why can't anybody else? You sound stupid. Crazy. If you think there's not a quarterback, an NFL quarterback, that can get Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill the ball, Tua Tagovailoa was like, you make it sound like Tua is so raw that Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are such scrubs. Tua is the only one that can get them the ball. You sound crazy to me.
That's the
BS. Wow. It's so hard for me not to emphasize this with the word I want to. You sound crazy that you think. Tua. These are two of the best receivers. This is the best receiving tandem in the league, bar none.
Man, that's why I go. That's why I go back.
Hold on.
The only quarterback that can get them the ball down the field, you are crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Luch, man, that's why.
What I've been saying is a bozo. When we were dropping 70 on Denver, I've been saying it. So can't nobody say Lucci's been bugging out and he's just saying this because we're losing. I'm sorry. I never really was sold on Mike McDaniel, but I'm sorry. Thank you, Larry. That's the perfect way, lawyer terms. It's an indictment on Mike McDaniel that we cannot succeed as an offense when we have Raheem Mostert, who is incredibly good at running the ball, Chan, who is incredibly good at running the ball, this young kid, Wright, who's incredibly good at running the ball. Two of them are incredibly good, Mostert and Wright, with the current offensive line, that we can't get a play action and get some deep down the field throws.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Miss me with that.
And I tell you what, hold on, Fred.
That Tua is just the answer to everything. Mike McDaniel's the downfall to this team.
Shake and then Fred.
So
they're all going to be out of here by next week.
So listen,
well,
at the end of the day,
Lucci, man. Lucci, that's like.
I told you, hold on, relax, tranquilo, man, tranquilo, coño. Anyway, to be fair too, look, I agree with you. You know, Tua's not the only quarterback, but look, the freaking quarterbacks that got throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you put the quarterbacks that we had playing on Sunday on most teams, and they're not going to have success either. You know what I'm saying? Look at Kyle Shanahan. He's only had success with two quarterbacks, which is Brock in San Francisco. I'm gonna put that out there, which is Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo. After that, he's had some quarterbacks. He had a quarterback carousel there, and he has a losing record without Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy. So at the end of the day, I agree with you. The problem is that we never had a competent quarterback back there to you know what I'm saying? So of course, in comparison, Tua looks light years ahead of freaking Skylar Thompson and Tyler Huntley.
Bro, that's because over the summertime, everybody was scaring away the likes of the Russell Wilsons of the world to come in and back up. That's why we had an opportunity.
Look at Sam Darnold. These are two guys, bro, that everybody on this panel, you can't tell me you wouldn't have said Geno Smith should be out of the league, Sam Darnold should be out of the league. These were guys that already written them out. Best. And look at them now, bro. You can't tell me, bro. We got the best tandem. I don't give it. I'll argue with anybody to the death of me. Name another tandem than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in the league.
There's some that surpassed them now, based on this season.
Number one, no, they surpassed them now. Name me a better tandem, though. Hold up, name me a better tandem. Now they surpassed them because this season
got a better tandem
right now.
Devontae
Philly's got a better tandem.
Maybe.
Who?
The Vikings have a better tandem.
And who's their number two?
Addison.
Jordan Addison.
Addison, who didn't even play. Hold up. Who didn't even play the first 3-4 games of the season. You see what I'm saying? That's a reach. Miss me with that.
He did.
You know what?
I just gave you. Houston's tandem is better than ours.
Third guy just came back.
Let him go.
Hey, man. I got my brother in the back, my Cuban brother.
Houston's got a better tandem.
Let Fred get his point, and then let
go ahead, Fred.
Let Fred go ahead.
Lucci, man, this is going back to what I'm saying, man. You know, McDaniel with his play calling, okay, it is what it is, bro. But bro, like, you know, three quarterbacks, bro. These wide receivers can't get the ball from neither one, bro. You know, bro, I'm thinking it's the wide receiver, bro. They're not giving their 100.
They're not giving their 100%.
Not only that, bro. You got Tyreek out there not even looking for the ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pass thrown to him, he's not even looking for it.
He wasn't looking. That pass was bad.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, so from three quarterbacks, you can't get a pass going, man.
Actually, I can argue that Seattle's tandem is better.
Hold up, he's not holding them accountable either.
Oh, Tampa's tandem.
Two of these, I'm with you with that.
Yeah, Tampa's too.
I'm with you with that. Hold on, I'm with you with that. But let me tell you something. Anybody, when you got these speedsters and they're running up the field 100 miles an hour, 3, 4, 5 times, and they don't even get looks. You got incompetent play calling. They're running, they're blocking, they're doing this, they're doing that. and then they're looking over here and throwing the ball right over here, 5 yards behind the damn line of scrimmage. Anybody's gonna get dejected, man. So I don't like that. Me personally, I don't like how everybody's saying, "Oh, it's anybody, any one of us, man. If you're in your regular job and you show up every day on time and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you show up and you're overperforming for your job and you don't get no recognition, are you going to continue to keep tap dancing for the guy every time? Everybody's going to get tired of it. So I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, we're underappreciated. If you show up and you prove your worth time and time again, and you are underappreciated and you ain't getting no love, you ain't getting no looks, and they're looking somewhere else every time a promotion comes up, which is how these guys make their money, and you keep tap dancing and just thinking, then I'm sorry. I'm not with you on that. Eventually, you'll be like, man, enough is enough, man.
Hey, Luch, check this out, bro. Let me check this out. Check it out. Check it out, right, Luch?
How often do you see them even look down the field? These guys throw the ball over here on the sideline. Throw the ball. All of us been on this panel and have said the bubble screens, the bullshit passes behind the line of scrimmage. When is it ever going to stop? When have you seen a shot down the field since Tua been gone? When have you seen a shot down the field? How often do you see it? And you think these guys are going to get out there?
We had a couple in the Tennessee game.
Hey, Luch, check it out. Check it out, Luch.
Actually, we had some in the Patriot game.
Come on, man. As human beings,
Luch, check this out, bro. Check this out, Luch. You know how you're in class, man. You know, you see you with your teacher every day. You respect your normal teacher, bro. You know, you're supposed to do this. That ain't cool. You know, this is what I got to do. That's your regular teacher. Now here comes the substitute, bro.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying, Luch? Now here comes the substitute. Now you want to show your ass a little bit. You know, you ain't giving a shit what's going on in class. You cracking jokes with your classmates and all that.
Yes, Fred, I was on my best behavior.
That's what's going on with these wide receivers, Luch. That's what's going on with the wide receivers.
Can I jump in real quick?
They're missing their teacher. Luch, they're missing their teachers, and they're not respecting the substitute, bro.
That's what's going on. But when Fred was in school, the what's that? The amicus was not the amicus. What am I thinking about? Was the calculator.
Hey, what's good? What's good, fellas? What's good?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Shake, what's good? Lucci, what's good?
What's up, Lou, man? How you been, brother?
I'm chilling. Salute to everybody.
How'd you make it through the hurricane? Everything was okay where you're at?
Hurricane.
Got some wind and stuff. A little. Well, I had a lot of trees that fell on the property. A little damage to the crib, but we all good.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, we all good.
Yeah.
Bro, like, again, I think it's been a great conversation. Where I land for me is, and Shake can tell you, and Crypto can tell you, because I talk to them probably more, right? Like, when people blame Chris Grier for things, when I look at it, Chris Grier's job, it has nothing to do on the field, right? He gets the talent. The talent's supposed to perform on the field. They're not getting that done. For me now, I can't blame Chris Grier, because when I look at it, he's done his job.
Who's the general? Whose job is it to get them to play right?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like,
who's the field general, Lou?
It would be Mike McDaniel.
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay.
Now, when I hear about the wide receivers giving up and stuff like that, I tend to agree kind of what Lucci was just saying at the end, right? Like, eventually, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and the ball's not coming my way, I will get dejected. But when I hear people that come out and say that Mike McDaniel is a bad play caller, he's not calling plays and he's not designing things, and again, I can come up here and lie, or Lucci can come up here and lie, or Shake, or Fred, whoever, right? At the end of the day, though, and I can't believe I'm going to use someone else's words, but he says it all the time, the eye in the sky don't lie, right? It's like there's cameras in all the street lights now, right? You can tell the cop you didn't run. You can tell the cops you didn't run the red or the stoplight, but that video that comes out is going to show otherwise, right? So when I'm watching the film, right, the film came out today of the Indianapolis game, and when you watch it, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are streaking down the field wide open. They're open all goddamn game long.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't cuss up here. I'm sorry. Larry, I'm sorry. The fact of the matter is, how do you want me to blame Mike McDaniel when Tyler Huntley was atrocious on Sunday? It just is what it is. It's not the receivers. Again, if me and Lucci are playing receivers for the Miami Dolphins, unless Lucci goes under the center, says hike, throws the ball up, and runs under it and catches it, then I would say that's a Lucci problem. Lucci ain't doing his job.
Right.
But the receivers they play a dependent position in this league. They have to be thrown the ball. So for I'm just saying, like, for me, I'm not blaming the wide receivers. And for me, I'm not blaming Mike McDaniel because, again, if you throw on the film, what the film shows you is the play call is right. The receivers are doing what they're supposed to do. The quarterback did not execute. And that just is what it is.
And how long, Lou? How long are these guys? Listen, Tyreek is running streaks almost all the time. Yo, this guy's burning up all the time. How long before he just gets tired? Like, dang, man, I ain't finna get the ball, even if the ball was designed to come to him on that play. This is what a lot of people are looking at.
Absolutely.
In the huddle, it's designed to go to him.
Nah, yo.
100 miles an hour. He's 100 miles from go off the line of scrimmage, and then the ball don't even. When is he gonna just be like, man, dang, man, and just eventually feel like, okay, this is what's happening.
Yeah, what am I doing out here?
So Lou, let me ask you. So Lou, let me ask you this question. How did Tua look the first two games?
Like shit.
He looked like he wasn't even in sync in his offense.
Best. Hold up, let me tell you.
Yeah, Tua didn't look good either.
Hold up, Mountain, let me say this. Hold up, I'm gonna say this and I'll stop. Like he did when we were up with a 5-game lead in the division with 6 games left in the division last year. That's how Tua looked in the start of this season. Right where he left off at the goddamn last season. That don't nobody want to talk about. That's how he looked.
Hey, you know what?
I've been Snoop Huntley, his stats against New England mirrored Tua Tagovailoa's stats the last 8 games he's played for this Miami Dolphins team, starting from last season to the 2 games of this season. And check
Hey Lou, let me ask you this, Lou. Hey Lou, let me say this to you, Lou. You know, you said Tyreek and Waddle streaking downfield, but they don't get the ball, right?
Right.
Okay, it make me frustrated. But you know what they do? You know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to come back, and if the next play calls for you to do it, you do it again. Because maybe that's what the players call. Hey Lou, hold on,
man. Hold on. One at a time, bro. Wait a minute. One at a time. There's like
no.
Bro.
Okay, well, let me finish. So Lou, yeah, you come back and you know what? If the next play calls for you to do that, you do that again. Because maybe that's what the players call for something else to open up, bro.
I agree with you, Fred. What I'm telling you, Fred, right? And again, this is Larry K's channel, so we're gonna do things a little bit different here than other places, right? So I'm just gonna say respectfully, I disagree with what you're saying. Because at the end of the day, bro, that's not what you're just up here, and again, respectfully, you're just up here talking. Because for the majority of the game against Detroit, Waddle and Hill were doing their job. The ball's just not coming. So when you say, if the ball didn't come on, you make it seem like it's 1 or 2 plays. No, it was consistently there is people open.
But I'm with what Tua was saying. I co-sign. Listen, when you sign up, I'm with Tua 100%, brother. I swear, I agree with what you're saying. I swear I do. That's what you're. But listen, when you got two guys, you got Jalen Waddle, who's since he's been in the league, bro, he's had 1,000-yard receiving yards since he's been in the league for us, bro. This kid has been spectacular. And then you got Tyreek Hill since he come to us, bro. He's 1,800 yards, 1,500 yards. Like, yo, so you have to, on a human level, I'm sorry, this is for me. If I was a coach or if anybody, yo, you got to look at it on a human level. It ain't just, oh, this is what you come here to do. This ain't no like a slave damn mentality. Like, you going to do what you told over here, boy. No, it ain't like that. Everybody got to be human level and understood. It ain't you come over here and you going to do what you told. No, bro, everybody got to be appreciated. This is how you bring the best out of people. I have a business. I own a business. So I know, yo, you got to tell people what they're doing best. You got to support them and you got to understand. Yo, everybody ain't come out here and I drive hard and hard. This made me start my own business. I work for a friend of mine. He does $1 million+ a year in his landscape business. And I ran this stuff.
And I'm with you. Look,
so listen, hold on. Listen, I ran this stuff. And listen, I see the money that comes in and I see the stuff I'm doing, and you know, I'm not appreciated and I'm going mad hard, but I'm only getting one paycheck. I'm only getting my paycheck, even if it's a decent amount. But I'm doing this guy's work, that guy's work, this guy's work, and I ain't able to improve my own worth because I'm doing everybody else's work. Man, eventually people get tired of that, man. And see, people take away the human aspect of the game. And I'm sorry. These people ain't robots. So I have a hard time criticizing Tyreek not looking for that pass. Or anybody, you know, I'm sorry. I have a hard time on a human level criticizing people when you know you're raw. I know I'm that guy. I do everything for this. Well, without my contribution, and I don't even get implemented into the game plan.
Well,
that's a personal thing. You know,
well, I'm with you, Lucci, and everything you just said, except I'm not going to blame him for not looking for the ball or losing it in the lights or whatever he said. No. At the end of the day,
he did try to blame it on the lights.
Yeah, he said he lost it in the lights, and that's fine. I'm not saying that he didn't lose it in the lights. What I'm saying is, for me as a fan, I don't care about you losing it in the lights because we're paying you $30 million. You were named the #1 receiver in the league. So, or the player in the league.
Lights till you go blind.
So at the end of the day, I'm with you. Like, I to your point of if that's the only ball he's seeing for the game, I'm with you, right? Like, no, that's unacceptable to only throw Tyreek Hill one pass for a 60-minute ball game. But even if that is only one pass, you got to catch that one. You see what I'm saying? I can't just excuse it because it was the only one. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But I agree with everything you're saying, though.
But it gets muddied up. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. We're talking about a guy. Listen, I'm sorry. I don't know his stats last year, but I know the year before he had like 1,800 yards. We're talking about a guy that's used in high volumes. And I'm on record. You could go back and look, everybody in this chat or on this panel saying, yo, I feel like they just look for Tyreek. He's either looking for Tyreek or he's looking for Waddle. I was criticizing that. I'm on record for it. Like, man, like, dang, there's other people to throw the ball to. Yo, if you have children, anybody who has children, and you spoil them, or if you know people who have children and they spoil them, and then when it's time to tell a kid no, what happens with that kid? Yo, we're human. We're all human. This guy's been used to, since he come to the Miami Dolphins, being the guy. We're looking for you. We're looking for you. We're checking for you. Everything is checking for you. Now, all of a sudden, we're not checking for him. He's acting, yo, it's human nature. I'm sorry. It's human nature. And I credit it to the bad coaching. This is what it is.
Bad
coaching, all of that. I'm not saying.
But again, how can it be?
Do I spoil kids? Listen, I got friends I'll bring on here. I'll call and get on the chat right now and tell you I straighten their kids. If they're at my house and they act spoiled like how their parents treat them, man, I don't spoil them. Ryan Reddington is one of my best friends in the world. When I watch his son Abel and he comes over here and he tries to pull that shit he pulls with his parents, man, I shut that down immediately.
Lucci, but let me ask you a question, Lucci.
Javon's mom just said, yup. Bro, we're talking about grown men with millions of dollars.
I get it.
Let him ask the question.
I get it, Lucci, but let me ask you a question, because again, you said you blame it on coaching. I just want to know but again, if the coach, and I just want to hear like why you think it is, because if the coach calls a play, right, and like again, bro, I watched the whole film when I got home from work, the all 22's out. If Tyreek Hill is on the field and he's open, or Jalen Waddle is on the field and he's open, or Malik Washington is on the field and he's open, for me, Lucci, the coach has done his job. Now, Mike McDaniel is not standing there on the field throwing the passes.
Right.
Like, eventually, again, this is my argument with Chris Greer. Chris Greer he got players to play. Is it his fault that those players now miss tackles or hold on plays? No, right? If the coach calls plays and people are open, again, Mike McDaniel's job is, and they basically call him a glorified offensive coordinator. Okay, cool. If he's the offensive coordinator and he's dialing up plays and people are running open, but now the quarterback is either gun shy or don't see him or whatever the case may be, but the ball's not going there. How can I blame a coach in that aspect?
Okay, now I'm not. Now listen, I'm with you on that. But my point with Tyreek is, if the play's called for him and he's wide open, say they call a play 10 times for Tyreek and he's open 10 times, and 9 of those times prior to the one time it goes to him, it's thrown over here, thrown over there, sack, this, that, boop, bop. So the 10th time, I mean, it's like, yo, it's just human nature. You're just expected for the ball not to come your way. Look at where we are in the season. How many yards does Tyreek Hill have?
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
I don't even know. But compared to where he's been since he's been with Miami, it's human nature that he's just, at this point, he's just like, the ball ain't coming. I ain't got a blocking assignment. It's just, and then the ball was coming, and he was just like, "Dang."
But Lucci, look
what you said. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in on every play, but I'm sorry. For me to have a military mindset on somebody like you should be dialed in on every single play, even when every single play up to this point has been designed for you, and the ball has been nowhere near your direction. And this last time, I expect, you're not, you know how many players in the NFL that are going to feel that responsibility and take it in? You're talking very.
How's that the coach's fault, though? I'm trying to understand that. Like, I agree with what you're saying. It's human nature to be frustrated.
This is why. How many plays has Mike McDaniels drawn up? I'm sorry. But this is Mike McDaniels.
Well, Lucci, look, let me stop you right there. Because what did you just say last year? That you were out here saying that the ball is going to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle too much. Right. You just said that, right? Okay.
Hold up. Now I just said that. Hold up. Now let me kill your argument real quick before you go any further. What did Mike McDaniel say coming into this year about how his play calling has been?
What did he say?
He said, we've been dialing up a lot to just go to Tyreek Hill. He admitted it. I'll look it up and send it to you personally. He admitted that all of his shit was drawn, pardon me, all of his stuff was drawn up. He was drawing up a lot of plays to try to get Tyreek Hill the ball, the 2,000 yards. He admitted.
Yeah, I remember Tua saying it.
And was focused on that. I'll send it to you. So
No, I remember Tua saying that. Again, I don't remember Mike McDaniel physically. I know Tua said that.
Well, I'll send it to you. It's no problem.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm
no
not saying.
I've been the
I'm not
critic
even
of him
saying.
abandoning the run. Hold up. I've been the critic of him abandoning the run. But when the run is, we got 100 yards against Buffalo in the first quarter, rushing, and he abandons the run and starts passing the ball to Tyreek and to Jalen.
Well, again, and I'm with you, right?
Okay.
But this is abandoning the run. I can just you're giving your opinion. I'm going to give mine. The fact of the matter is, when I think of the Baltimore Ravens, I think of running the ball. That they are built to run the ball. That's how the Baltimore Ravens are built.
And who did they sign? Because they're built like that.
Okay, so one guy though. But just hold on real quick. Just let me. When I thought of Mike Vrabel and the Tennessee Titans for all those years, physical, running game, running team. That's how they were built. Lucci, the Miami Dolphins are not built like that, bro. We are built.
We got the best running game. Yo, we had the best running game in the league last year. Who had a better run game than us last year?
Nobody.
Or none.
As far as the touchdowns.
Well, again, listen, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue.
Somebody who had a better run game than us last year.
But I'm going to tell you why our running game was so successful, right? Because, again, Baltimore, they run to set up the pass. The 49ers, they run to set up the pass. The Tennessee Titans run.
I don't think that's what Baltimore is doing. Running to set up the pass.
Fred, can I just finish my
that's
point?
what they're doing, Fred.
That's all I'm trying to do,
No,
Fred.
it look like to me, man. They're passing to set up the run. If you ask me.
Which is what New England did. Hold up, two of these. I'm gonna let you finish, Lou. Two of these. That's what the New England Patriots did all these years. They were a damn what's it called?
Dynasty.
A dynasty. Thank you, Larry.
Go ahead, Lou.
Listen, they set up the pass for the run game. And when it came to crucial times, they ran the ball. Thank you, Larry. A dynasty was built.
Let Lou finish now. Let Lou finish.
But go ahead, Lou. My bad, Lou.
Absolutely. But again, when you look at those teams, they were just built different. The Miami Dolphins are built to pass, to set up the run. That's why the run was so effective last year. If you look at it, again, people they're gonna poo-poo it. But we also had the leading passer of the league on that team. Again, it is true.
Like I said, we had against Buffalo in Buffalo, we had 100 yards rushing in the first quarter. How was that setting up the pass for the run?
And I'm going to tell you why. Right?
It was unsuccessful. Well, go ahead, Lewis.
We have the two fastest, most dynamic wide receivers on the outside. When you watch the film, teams are going to sit in that cover two shell. They're telling you, right? Miami run the ball.
Yeah, true.
Teams want Miami to run the ball 40 times a game.
It's preemptive.
You're playing into their hands. That's what it's not that the running game, you got this physical offensive line, you got these beast running backs, and you're just running down people's throats because no, they're allowing you to run. Because again, Miami is the kind of team that is built. We are front runners in the aspect of this team is built to get a 14-0 lead, a 17-3 lead, a 23-10 lead, and then you can run the ball, you can do whatever. This is how Miami's built. If you think that Miami is built to run the ball 30 plus times, 40 times a game, and muddy the waters, and you're trying to win games 20-17, you're going to lose more games like that than you win because we are not built like that.
Hold up.
We are front runners.
Where do you grade our run game? Lou?
It's great. It's great because of the pass. The pass sets that up.
Bro, but listen.
Still a great running game, though. It's still a great. You should still use it until it fails. Like, look at even what happened to the Jets the other day. Look what's happened to some of these teams. When you're running on them like that, even the way we were running on the Colts, do it until it breaks.
1,000%. But again,
hold on. Let him.
You got 10 points with 40 plus carries. The fact of the matter is, when you try to play perfect, right? It's if running the ball, just picking up first down. That has to be, it becomes 9, 10, 11, 12 play drives. You know what happens when you virtually play like that? You got to play perfect. Because in those 12 plays, guess what's happening? In offsides, you're moving back 5 yards. You know what's happening in that 12 play drive? A holding penalty. And now instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 20.
Yo, but
and
how
this
was our
team is not
defense
built.
playing? How was our defense playing?
Well, I'm glad you brought that.
Sometimes you got to play to the beat of the drum. Sometimes you got to march to the beat of the drum. I'm sorry. But let me tell you something. There's
the
two
defense is
things that
fine.
win championships.
Do you believe,
Lucci,
do you believe that again, I'm not trying to poo-poo on the defense. I think the defense has played great, right? The fact of the matter is, though, besides Josh Allen, tell me the quarterbacks and the offenses we played. You like Mason Rudolph? You think that's a threat? You think Mason Rudolph is Mason? Again, I'm just saying.
Mason Rudolph plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mason Rudolph plays for the Tennessee Titans. He played against us.
Titans. Okay.
Right. Are you scared? Are you scared of Mason Rudolph and the Tennessee Titan offense?
Shit, I am after I seen how he played on us when he beat us.
Well, again, but that's they played against that defense you're talking about so great. The fact of the matter is, Geno Smith in Seattle is not like that. We just lost to Anthony Richardson, and Anthony Richardson had graded out as one of the worst starting quarterbacks on Sunday. They don't scare you. This defense has been playing
mad
trash.
time in the league too. His injuries, he's got more time.
And again, that's fine. But again, I'm talking about how he played on Sunday. There's no threat with AR-15.
Nah,
you're not scared. You're not scared of him.
Well,
he's basically a rookie. That was his 9th start in that game.
That's fine. It was his 9th start. He still played. He still played like trash.
Right, I get that. We was playing against a rookie trash quarterback.
As of going back last week, I mean, to me, man, it was like, Mike McDaniel, to me, it's the moments. It's the moments of his play call. It's the moments in the game of the plays he comes up with. Now, somebody explained to me, I haven't seen this in years. I've never seen a 1st and 10 fullback dive in years, bro. Probably when I seen Larry Zonka play. Shit,
that's a horrible call. That's a horrible call.
Not only that, then you go to him again. You go to him again on a 4th and 1. I think from midfield, 4th and 1. You go to a fullback dive again. Come on, man. And these are very questionable calls, man. Very questionable.
Absolutely. And I would agree with you.
And then I'm gonna give you one more. Okay, Tyreek. Complaining about not getting the ball. He does go deep, but what for? It's 3rd and 3. You haven't connected with Tyreek deep all season. All season. So where's the confidence in that play right there? So there's moments in the game where McDaniel just doesn't step up and come with a decent call.
Hey Fred, we scored 1 touchdown against New England 2 weeks ago, not last week. We scored 1 touchdown. Can you tell me what that play call was?
I can't remember, Teddy.
It was a fullback dive. It was a fullback dive to Alex Ingold. So again, and hold on, Fred, because I agree with you. Against Indianapolis, it's a horrible play call. It's horrible, right? It's unexcusable, right? So I'm with you. But did we like it last week when we won the game? Was it a bad call then when it won the game? You see what I'm saying?
No.
We're nitpicking here.
Well, no, we're not nitpicking, bro. Because if you're 4th and 1 at the goal line, a fullback dive is adequate, bro. However, if you at midfield, bro, a fullback dive, you get stopped for that, bro. The team's got half a field to go where they would have to go 99 yards. And if you missed the 4th and 1 at the goal line.
Again, they weren't at the 50.
So we're not nitpicking.
Well,
it's not nitpicking, bro. It's being smart, McDaniel.
Okay, and that's fine. What I'm saying is maybe I shouldn't say nitpicking. I'll say respectfully again, you were wrong though, because they weren't at the 50. They were at the 13-yard line of Indianapolis. When we scored last week against New England, we were at the 6-yard line. So it's a 7-yard difference. And again, I'm agreeing with you. It was a horrible play call from the 13. But don't come out here and tell the people that it was a horrible play call because it was at the 50 when it was not. You see what I'm saying? Like all I'm saying is, it just sounds
how about we do it like this? Okay, 4th and 1, Jalen Wright and Raheem Mostert for that. They're filling the run game.
I agree with you.
How is Alec Engel handling the ball, bro? For 1 yard.
I agree with you.
How is he handling the ball? How is he handling the ball for a first and 10 dive, bro? Why you even have Alec Engel carrying the ball, like that?
You're not getting no argument from me, Fred. I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you. All I'm saying is, when we did it 2 weeks ago, we loved it. And now the guy fumbles.
You're right. I did love it. I did love it on the 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 from the goal line. I cherished it. I called the play for him, bro. I called that for him. Fullback dive. Give it to Engel. It's a high percentage play. You know what I'm saying? It's a high percentage play. If we don't make it, okay, 1,000%. We're not terribly off. The team got to not go 99 yards. So, yes, man, I relish that 4th and 1 against New England. Yes.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, again, this team has to be better, period. From the coaching to the players to effort to everything. Everything has to be better. But, again, I'm not trying to argue with people, but it's just when people tell me that Chris Grier is the problem, okay, cool. But knowing what we know about our owner, he likes to be around his buddies. He likes to have people around him working for him that he's comfortable with. So without your feelings being in the way, and mine included too, I'm not talking about anybody in the panel. I'm just saying, let's stop working with feelings. Because in my opinion, and there's been rumblings already, that if Chris Grier is gone, Brandon Shore is going to be the new general manager. Now, Brandon Shore is already in the building. He's the one that does all the contracts. Brandon Shore has no idea about football. Go look at his resume. This is the first football job he's ever had. So you mean to tell me we're crying to get Chris Grier out of here so a money guy can just take over? Like, bro, I'm sorry.
That's Ross's fault. And by the way, shouts to Lucci for the super chat. But bro, if that's the case, Lewis, I have even less faith in Ross, bro, because that's crazy.
1,000%.
They need to ask him that question. Look, I'm not sure Brandon Shore is going to be the guy. Somebody in the press conference needs to ask the question.
God bless you. Thanks for showing up.
I think if you hire anybody at general manager already in the division, there's nothing changing.
Have a good night, bud.
Later, bro.
Nothing changes.
No. Brandon Shore, Fred, works for us already. So Chris Grier is the general manager. He's the scouter. He looks for the talent. He brings the talent in. Now, once that talent is in, Brandon Shore is the one that does all the Miami Dolphin contracts. He restructures them. He crunches all the numbers. That's what he's there for, right? And see, this is the argument I always make for.
But is he the assistant GM?
Well, again, he's go on the Dolphin website. If you don't believe me, all this information is there for public consumption. The fact of the matter is, do you know that Chris Grier has to answer to Tom Garfinkel? That's who he has to answer to.
That's why we
then Tom Garfinkel goes and reports to Stephen Ross what Chris Grier is. And all I'm saying is, right? If Larry hires me, if Larry is the owner of an NFL franchise, and Larry calls me and says, Lewis, I want you to be the general manager of my franchise. And I say, thank you, Larry, for the opportunity. I would be honored to be your general manager. I'm thinking that I'm going in there to do my job. Now, if I show up and Larry has me answering to 3 other guys, Larry is basically cutting my balls off, right? That's what we're doing. And the problem is when you look, and Larry had a very good point when he brought up New England about this dynasty. I'm going to stick on that word, dynasties. Let's look at even if we don't want to call them dynasties, the most established franchises in the league. Let's go to Baltimore, a coach that has been there for 18 years. And we all know John Harbaugh makes the decisions in Baltimore. Let's go to the Pittsburgh Steelers where Mike Tomlin, 20 plus years as the head coach. We know he's the end all be all. If I asked y'all right now who the general manager in Pittsburgh, no one would even be able to tell me.
True.
Without Google. You know why that is? Because we all know Mike Tomlin runs the show there, right? the dynasty that Larry was talking about in New England. Belichick ran that show, right? But in Miami, now watch this. We want to blame Chris Greer, but Chris Greer has to work with Reggie Allen. He has to work with the other guy, McKenzie. It's Tom Garfinkel. It's Brandon Shore. It's now there's 5 or 6 hands in the cookie jar. And what do we always hear about Miami? What do we always hear? The famous word in Miami is collective. We have to work as a collective. Well, I'm sorry. There's a 6-person panel right now, right? I'm sure me and Larry agree on some things, but I'm sure me and Larry disagree on some things. I know that I disagree with Crypto a lot, Mountie a lot. Me and Greg disagree. Me and Fred always disagree, right? Now, we're up here having a conversation and we're having fun and this and that. But is it a collective? No, because I'm going to have a different way that I maybe want to do this football team, Larry, Fred, or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. In Miami, it just feels like there's so many hands in the cookie jar. We can never be on the same page because in the real world, everybody has opinions. And sometimes if I say something and Larry comes back at me in a setting, eventually Larry has an ego as a man. I have an ego as a man. And those egos are going to get in the way. Right? So if you want to fire Chris Greer or fire whoever, that's fine. What I want in Miami is just whoever if we fire Chris Greer, the next general manager, let him do his job.
Bro, I agree so much with everything you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
This Ross does not let them really run it. He says he's gonna, bro. He let him run it with Flores. Then he jumped in. He's too involved. Let one guy,
1,000%,
let him succeed or fail on his own merit.
Get a football guy from outside.
Agree more.
1,000%, Larry. That's what I'm saying.
Because it makes it like
always like that.
It makes it like,
and then they fire the coach, keep the GM. Fire the GM, keep the coach. No, one guy, let him do everything. Let him do every decision, bro.
That's what Brian Flores.
Yeah, because you're giving more than one person need to be fired. Then, man, when you got that many eggs in the cookie jar, bro.
With these little hybrid work, like even McDaniel, you come in, you got to rock with Tua and this GM. Then Chris Greer, you got to come in and you got to hire this guy for me or whatever. That he let him hire Flores. But then it's okay. You're coming. You got to keep the defensive coordinator and the quarterback. You got to keep the coach. You got to make all the decisions and walk away. We always have some nonsense hybrid. Didn't we hear this reporting, Lewis, at some point with a previous regime where the Miami Dolphins were a mess because they didn't know who they were talking to when like Tannenbaum was here or something? It's a mess.
Absolutely.
It's an organizational mess.
Absolutely. And look at the Brian Flores situation, right? Brian Flores came from that dynasty, Larry, you were talking about. The man had won 3 Super Bowls in those 20 years plus that he was there. The man knows football. Now, was he maybe a people person? No, probably not. Did he probably rub people the wrong way? Okay, I can even give you that argument. But remember the rumors that we all heard. Brian Flores was walking around there and telling people within that building, let me run it because you guys don't know blank about football, right? So it kind of makes sense to the scenario that me and you are having this conversation, Larry, about too many hands in the cookie jar. Get a guy, like, again, John Harbaugh in Baltimore, a football guy. Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh, a football guy. Belichick in New England, a football guy. The most successful teams, football guys. In Miami, we got guys running this team that are real estate agents.
Yes.
And money moguls and stuff. And
that's exactly. That's what they are.
That's great, right? Like the Miami Dolphins are worth billions of dollars, but we're not winning on the field because there's no football guys pulling the strings.
Bro, I'm about to cut out this and make it a short video and put it on this channel because it's 150% accurate, bro.
Hey,
I get rid of anything related to real estate.
I agree with that.
Here's the 2-part question for the panel. Should we lose this week? Should we lose this week in Tua plays or what have you? Do we blow it up?
Yes.
And or knowing what we know already with Tua in this situation, his concussion situation and things of that nature, short of a playoff appearance, which we may or may not, we may or may not. What do we do with Tua at the end of the season?
Bro, hire a guy and let him make the decision. That's on me. You wanna have dead cap space for 3 years, that's your decision. You do what you want to keep Tua, you want to work with him, that's your decision. Whatever you do, you sink or swim by your own merit, but I'm hiring you. You make the choices. You figure out what to do with Tua. Just hire a guy I trust and let him hire a head coach I trust, and then let them do whatever they want, bro. I'm good with whatever they want to do. Just if we don't make it this year and I want you to clean house. I want you to bring in a new guy. I don't know if this is going to happen. It's just what I want. And then let him make every decision, head coach, players, everything. You choose. You live and die by what you choose, but you choose. You tell me, yo, I'm up the creek with these cap numbers. I'm going to have to stink for 2 years. Fine. Then that compile draft picks. And then in year 3, year 4, you're going to succeed. Tell me the plan and I'll rock with it. I don't care if it's a 2-year plan or a 4 or 5 year plan. Give me a plan and I'm going to hold you to that standard. That's what I wish would happen here. Stephen Ross, sign the check and then go back to New York, do your real estate deals and watch from a distance and judge them on the end of the plan. That's it. Don't get involved in the middle and don't sit Tua for 4 weeks just for public relations. Don't get involved in who you're going to trade for public relations. Don't start thinking Tom Garfinkel about, jersey sales. Just shut up and sit down and let the guy you hire make every decision, bro. That's my take on it.
Absolutely. Listen, I've been I don't want to move forward with Tua, and I was a big advocate for Tua to get paid. I didn't want to never pay him the richest contract, but I think for me, he had done enough to earn a contract. But now, with that being said, I don't want to move forward with Tua because it's the play in the biggest moments. It's the play, and then also it's the injury concerns. You cannot move forward with him, right? Like you just can't. And that's just where I'm at for Mountie. Like I've said it, bro, because this question has been asked to me a couple times. I could care less if Tua came back this season. There's 11 games left, and let's say Tua was undefeated, 11-0. We made the playoffs, and Tua, let's say, goes to the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl this year. I'm still moving off of him at the end of the season. I'm telling Tua, hey, thank you for your 5 years. Thank you for your Super Bowl. We're going to compensate you, but we still can't, because, again, that Super Bowl doesn't guarantee me him not getting hurt next year or the year after that. And I'm tired of living in a world that anytime this quarterback takes a hit or anything, he's going to be out 5, 6, 7 weeks in the season. Like, no, bro, you cannot. There's no way to justify paying a quarterback access of $40, $50 million, whatever it is, to where you're scared of losing him for multiple games in a season. There's just no justification for that.
And
I agree.
He hit him. He didn't even get hit. I mean, it's crazy. Right. You can't live and die by a quarterback who goes down. I'm not trying to knock the kid, but you can't live and die by a dude who hits somebody else and goes down for 4 weeks.
Right.
You can't.
What happens when they actually start hitting you and roughing the passer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't do that, period.
Roughing the passer calls will be called against us. And will he survive that roughing the passer call?
And what the scary
quarterback.
And what the scary thing is, fellas, right? When you look at this situation, I don't think the Miami Dolphins had any plans of putting Tua on IR. I know, listening to Tua yesterday, the way he did that press conference, I know damn well he didn't want to be on IR for 4 weeks.
Hell, he didn't want to be in that press conference.
Bro, the day after the concussion, on that Thursday, the next Friday, he was in Disney with Jonnu Smith and Raheem Mostert. He flew the very next week to Seattle, and he's been on the thing. Now, if you hear Tua, right, yesterday, Tua says, I've been throwing for the last 4 weeks. I've been doing stuff in the building. I've been working out. There's been no symptoms. They say the kid has been fine, right? I'm going to throw a little conspiracy at you guys. I don't think the Miami Dolphins, again, had any plans on putting IR. I don't think Tua had any plans. I think, again, from the optic standpoint, and Larry, you're a lawyer. This is what you do for a living. The NFL has been played for over 100 years. And they've been sued for all kind of stuff. The only thing that has scared the NFL to its core is concussions. They've had to pay out millions of dollars. They're still paying millions of dollars to some of these guys, older gentlemen, in the concussion lawsuit. Now you have the poster boy for this era of concussions, I think the NFL is who put Tua Tagovailoa on IR. I think after that concussion,
whether it's them or the team, it's a public relations. That I totally agree. It's 100% public relations. Had nothing to do with actually him needing to go on IR.
Absolutely
it's obvious, bro.
Hey, Lou. You said he said he was throwing for the last 5 weeks, bro. Who was he throwing to, bro? Because has he been practicing or? He hasn't been in practice, has it? Because he hasn't. I don't think he's practicing until Wednesday.
Well, no, physically, while the team is practicing, he can't practice. But when he spoke, when he spoke yesterday in the press conference, he's been in the building every day. He's been at every meeting. He's on the field at practice and stuff. Because remember, they're not going to report none of that. And yeah, he's not during the practice session. He's not throwing. That's the Tyler Huntley's, the Tim Boyle. But after practice or before practice, yeah, he said he's still been throwing with some of the guys and getting work.
Super chat.
Okay. So they stay a little later to what, man? To like get there like their what is it, like a off schedule practice? I mean, just to stay familiar with each other.
Well, I guess, Fred. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the man said. So I'm not there, so I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He just said he's been throwing.
So did I hear this correctly when he gave his press conference yesterday? Somebody asked him if he was willing to wear the Guardian cap, and he said no.
Yeah, and that's to Lucci's point too. That he's worried about him and his.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Tua's good, but a good dude, but Tua's not the best dude ever. Like he should be. If he's looking out for the team, he's wearing the Guardian cap. If he's looking out for the team, there's a lot of different decisions he makes. He doesn't have to look out for the team, but I want people to stop acting like that's all he cares about. The dude he's okay to look out for himself, but that's what he's doing, bro. Like he's.
But the teams require him to do it.
Why should the team cater to him if he's not like it's business?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if the team is. I'll throw it like this because I posed the question. Me, Tony, and Alex, we do a show, and then I was up there with Color on TFTG today, and I posed the same question there, right? And I'm going to pose the question to you guys. I would love to hear your thoughts about the Guardian cap situation and the way he said, "Definite, no, I'm not wearing it." Then when they follow up question, he said, "Personal reason, I don't want to wear it." Could it be, right? And again, this is a conspiracy theory. I know it's a little off the wall. But if the NFL has created the Guardian cap for the optics, right, of the NFL, the shield protecting its players, right? That was their solution to concussions. Here, put on this Guardian cap. Could you imagine if Tua Tagovailoa was on a football field wearing a Guardian cap and he got another concussion while wearing that? That basically
that would be
that basically it would make the NFL look like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Well, forget crypto. Forget about Tua's career for the moment. I'm talking about from a business model, right? The NFL has came out and said, for the protection of our players, we're creating a Guardian cap for the protection. If Tua's out there wearing it and gets another concussion, it basically shows everybody those Guardian caps ain't really doing shit for him. And I'm sorry for cussing there. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
But you kind of see where I'm going? Like it would be bad for the NFL.
I do get it. That makes some crazy. I don't know if they could pull that off by telling them that, but that makes a lot of sense. That would look terrible for the NFL. There is no denying that because he's the crazy Dolphin. Yes, HN did wear the Guardian cap. And you know what's kind of crazy? I didn't even realize he was wearing it from a distance with the camera until they got close. I mean, if they all want to wear them, whatever, bro. But I hear you, Lewis. It's a valid point.
But it's insane is the fact that the front office organization, whomever, Mike McJan, whom all is involved, does not require Tua to wear that Guardian cap. Period.
Right, bro.
Dude, you've been paid. Okay, we paid you in good faith. Okay, we paid you in good faith. You got concussed. Second game of the season. The second game of the season, and then the fashion of how you got concussed. You ran into somebody. Yeah. They didn't even really tackle you.
Not even hard.
Dude, come on, bro. You got to wear that cap. If he doesn't, I wouldn't put him back out there. I wouldn't give a crap what he said.
Hey, Lou, I got a question for you, Lou, man. I think it's a valid question, man. You know, However, I asked Larry's take on it. Shake, I don't think crypto was up here, but Greg heard me, man. Now, like, I want to ask you this question, Lou. Like, okay, game coming up against Arizona, bro. Like, so if Tyreek has 11 receptions, bro, and then Waddle 8 from out of nowhere, bro, what's that going to look like? Will that look to you like, there's been a drastic turnaround, or would it be so much more as like these wide receivers, are really focusing on playing with Tua? Because I don't think out of the two other quarterbacks we used, bro, I don't think that they were that trash where both of these wide receivers only had a combined total of 3 receptions for the last 3 weeks, bro. What's your take on that, bro?
Well, Fred, I'm just gonna tell you again. Listen, I said I think we should move off of Tua, but let's not get anything mistaken. This offense, and now I don't know how much better it's going to be, but Tua does run this offense better than what we've seen. I would respectfully, Fred, say if you're saying that the wide receivers don't want to play with no one else but Tua, I would say I respectfully disagree, because again, in those games, and go back and watch them, right? Or what's hard, you would have to get to all 22 where you can change the angles and stuff, kind of like what you and Pete doing when Pete's doing it. Bro, the fact of the matter is, Fred, in that Seattle game, Waddle and Reek were open, bro. Skylar Thompson just wasn't throwing the ball. And in this game specifically against Indianapolis, bro, I just broke down the whole 22 today when I got home. I'm talking about open, bro, and Tyler Huntley's not even looking their way, bro. It was bad. So
Lou,
I would say no.
Lou, I'm not gonna let you get away with that, bro. You forgot to shout out the other member of the film breakdown crew. Who's
Crypto.
On this panel.
Yeah, Crypto. My fault, Shake. My fault.
What's good?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Who is this crypto guy?
Like I said, Fred, I would just say, Fred, like, no, bro. Again, and I don't want to say that Skylar Thompson is trash or Tyler Huntley's trash. I would just say there was opportunities to be made for those wide receivers. And again, it was just those quarterbacks were not throwing them. Bro, there's a reason, and it's crazy, right?
But Lou, let me ask you, but for 4 weeks, bro, 4 weeks, man, these two backup quarterbacks just aren't throwing them the ball, bro, for 4 weeks, bro?
Yes.
Because that's what it's been, bro. That's what it's been, bro. That's what it's been.
And again, Fred, go back to the Seattle game, right? When Skylar Thompson got out of the game and Tim Boyle went in, Tim Boyle looked better than Skylar Thompson. He was throwing the ball. He didn't have no problem. He was hitting receivers. He was hitting guys. And again, bro, it's just the film doesn't lie. And these guys that were on the field, now were the receivers open on every play? No, right? You're not going to be perfect. Nobody is ever perfect. But for the majority of the time, that's why for the past 2 weeks, I've been hearing a lot of people kill Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And until Tyreek Hill is under center, until Tyreek Hill is under center, and he says hut, throws the ball up in the air, runs under it, and tries to catch it himself, until that happens, I can't blame him because he plays a dependent position. Look, Larry is the host of the show. The only way me and you would be able to be up here, Fred, is if Larry dropped the link. You see what I'm saying? Or Shake Money drops the link. Me and you, Fred, are Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, right? We would be just like them. If Shake and Larry didn't drop the link, we would be just like them. 2 guys in the chat listening, not doing nothing, right? But since they dropped the link, in the scenario I'm painting out, them dropping the link is throwing me and you passes. And now me and you are doing stuff with those passes, right? Like, I can't just blame the receivers if the quarterback's not getting them the ball, bro. And the fact of the matter is, Skylar Thompson, when he got his opportunity, was horrible. And Tyler Huntley, especially in Indianapolis, he was horrible, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
And then to us say something to the fact that it's not fair of of fans to expect that like Tyler Huntley and these guys to pick up the offense like this when it's a more complicated offense?
1000%.
Yeah. Great show, lad. Great show, man. Tonight, man. By the way, bro.
On 2 hours, I appreciate everybody's contributions, man. There was a heck of a lot of good stuff on this show. So I appreciate all of you, man. I'm gonna chop it up if I get the time and put some of this out as like individual content because it's great conversation from everybody, great perspectives. I love when people come up and we get these panels cranking, man. Channel's growing and the channel's just here, man. It's not one of the bigger ones, but it's a open platform where we have legitimate, rational discussion. So thank you all so much for being a part of it tonight, man. I'm gonna hop off because it's late. But anyway, plug their shows, Shake. Let everybody plug their shows, and then
are you gonna plug in cross-examination yet?
Not yet. But we're gonna have some more content.
I do want to plug in. Tomorrow I'm doing Smoke Lounge on the Fins Tailgate, and I am also doing Happy Hour. I am doing. I will be. Every week I do a ready to drink, whatever. I will be sampling. They have this. It's called Crown Sours. It's rated. It's made with real Crown Royal. So I'm gonna see how that goes this Thursday on Happy Hour.
I'm gonna have one of them donkey burgers for you, bro.
Larry, I don't get to speak with you guys lately, but it's always an honor and a pleasure to come shop. Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
Hey man, stop being hard on them guys. Give them probation, man. Stop locking them up like that.
I hear you, Mountie. I'm gonna keep you in mind, bro.
Hey, it's the holiday season, man. Give them probation.
Sorry, bro.
Hey man, y'all take care.
Don't take no prisoners, bro.
And check out Fred with Crypto. He usually does film breakdown.
Lou, you got a show you want to plug, bro?
Hey, Larry, I just appreciate. I know I haven't been around lately. It's just been super busy with work, but I always listen. I always listen. If I don't listen live, I'm listening to the replays. Shake knows, man. I live for Dolphin content, so I'm going to support everybody. So again, I just appreciate the link being dropped and being able to come up here with you guys. I know me, Alex, and Tony, two good friends of mine. We started our own little YouTube channels, small still, trying to grow. We go Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:30. We're called the Blitz Pickup. So everybody, please come through, check us out, and just come and subscribe to us, man. Again, we're young, up and coming, but just trying to put out good content, and I appreciate you letting me up, Larry.
Love it, bro. Thanks, Lou, for coming by, bro. I know you listen. I listen to you too, and it's great to have you on here. Actually get to talk, man. So talk to you again soon, brother.
Yes, sir.
Same thing for me, Larry. Great show, man. Man, I try to catch you, man. When you come on, bro, I don't know when exactly you is, man, but my ears is always open, man, and I'm going to always come up on your show, man. And as long as you invite me, I feel appreciated, and I have a lot of fun up here with you guys.
Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, and every Tuesday at 7 is the live show where you come on the panel. My other stuff's sporadic, usually after the game Monday, but I appreciate you, friend. It's always a pleasure.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks, Larry.
All right, everybody. I catch these cats, Greg and Shake, on the Happy Hour on Thursday. They'll give their game predictions and all that.
And my man Lucci, don't forget Lucci.
Huh?
And Lucci's gonna be on Insomnia.
Yep, with he's on every week. I listen to the Happy Hour every week. Like I pretty much listen to it live.
I've been getting better with the F words, right?
Yeah, you're doing way better with the F words, bro. The whole it's better, and it's one of my favorite shows. I listen every week, so I love it. I can't get around and do it all the time, but these guys hold it down. It's a great show, so make sure you tune into them on Thursday. And until the game, man, I'll see you guys later. Wish me luck on my surgery, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, man.
And
best of luck,
go ahead and become a member. We got more content coming from everybody. Crypto, salute, bro. See you guys later.
I just want to ask you one thing backstage. So
okay.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio